My fiancé declared. I'm not signing a prenup. You should trust me. I replied, I do trust you. But trust, I've learned, is not a contract, it's a gamble. It was early autumn in Paris, the kind of season when the Seine reflects the copper light like a ribbon of fire. I had just finalized the sale of my startup, a company I built from my apartment in Montmartre. Years of sleepless nights, black coffee, and code turned into millions overnight. And then there was Camille, beautiful, intelligent, intoxicatingly unpredictable. She had been with me through the final months of chaos, when my life was still held together by duct tape and dreams. When I proposed, she cried. I thought it was joy. Maybe it was relief. The argument about the prenup came weeks later, over dinner at her favorite restaurant near Saint-Germain. I remember her eyes flashing in the candlelight, her hand trembling as she set down her glass. I wanted to tell her it wasn't about distrust, it was about peace of mind. But words have a way of sounding colder than intentions. So I simply said I trusted her. And I did. At least I wanted to. The wedding was planned for June, in a vineyard outside Lyon. She took charge of everything. I let her. I was too busy managing new investments and interviews. Sometimes I barely saw her for days. But then, strange things began to surface, small inconsistencies. A florist who called me to confirm an order I'd never heard of. An unfamiliar charge on our joint account. Late-night messages from a cousin I'd never met. I told myself I was paranoid. Success does that to people. It makes them suspicious of everyone, even love. Then, 2 months before the wedding, I received an email. It wasn't addressed to me, but it had been forwarded from my assistant. Attached was a PDF draft of a marriage contract. My name was on it, along with Camille's. But the document wasn't a prenup. It was a post-nuptial agreement, granting her ownership of half my assets immediately after marriage. The sender was her lawyer. I didn't confront her. I didn't rage or accuse. Instead, I waited. I let her continue planning, smiling, dreaming out loud. I hired an investigator quietly, as the cold part of my brain began to take control. The night before our final meeting with the venue, the report arrived. Photos, receipts, bank transfers, all leading to one account in Monaco. Camille's name wasn't on it, but her signature was. I didn't cancel the wedding. I simply disappeared. I left France the next morning, transferring everything to a trust and selling the vineyard reservation under her name. She tried to reach me, of course. The messages came in waves, from confusion to anger to silence. Now, when I walk along the Seine, I sometimes wonder if she loved me at all or if she simply loved the idea of winning. Maybe she was right. Maybe trust is the only thing worth anything. But only when you know who deserves it.